Today I'm going to be reacting to times SML crew members almost died.
Almost dying of kidney failure. To the SML crew getting swatted, there have been 8 times that SML crew members have almost died, starting with the time that Lance hit Logan with a baseball bat and nearly killed him. When Logan was around 3 years old, he and Lance were just messing around in their playroom, like all little kids do. But at some point, Lance accidentally swung a baseball bat and nailed Logan right in the head. Blood went everywhere, and Logan got knocked out cold. Naturally, Lance freaked out and ran to their mom, saying that he thought he had killed Logan.
And he ran to my mom and said, Mom, I accidentally killed Logan. And my mom was like, what? So she picked me up and rushed me to the hospital.
Their mom obviously would rush Logan to the hospital, and it turned out that he had a fractured skull. Thankfully, he recovered and didn't have any lasting damage. But to this day, Logan jokingly blames that moment for why he's terrible at math.
And it turns out that Lance had fractured my skull. He had hit me so hard that he actually cracked the side of my head. And I know I did not get any brain damage. I'm not stupid or retarded, but he did hit me so hard I think I forgot math because I'm really, really bad at math.
Now, this situation happened all the way
Me
back
too,
in
bro.
1997. Which, as of recording this video, was 28 years ago. However, after all this time, it's still crazy to think about how
Logan's
Logan
30,
never
right? Or is he
created
29?
SML if this situation went a different direction. And let's just be thankful that Lance didn't hit Logan
he's
any
30.
harder and caused any worse damage, because otherwise he could have been like
Search it
Jeffy.
up.
But speaking of almost dying, let's talk about something I bet you didn't know.
How
about.
old
The
is
time
Logan
that
30
Lavelle
acre?
almost died of kidney failure.
How
In
old is
2018,
Logan
after
30
Halloween,
acre?
Lavelle's whole right upper body would start to get really swollen, so he would go to the hospital to get
How
it checked out.
old
and it would turn out
is
that Lavelle was
Logan
actually having
30
kidney
acre?
failure.
My whole right side of my body was swollen.
30, yeah.
Acute kidney failure.
Yeah.
So, serious shit.
Yeah, his kidneys started failing. They didn't want to be in his body anymore.
I don't know. Yeah, like.
This whole situation would cause some serious damage to Lavelle's right upper body, as for a little while, he couldn't be in videos, and when he did return, Logan had to modify the way that they filmed scenes around him, so his right arm wouldn't get hurt much. This would be seen with a lot of Chef Pee Pee scenes, as we would see Logan film on the right side, and basically see Chef Pee Pee from another perspective, and he would use the puppet with his left hand instead of his right. Now, this kidney failure could have cost Lavelle his entire life if he ignored the swollen body and didn't get it treated in time, as around 135,000 people die from untreated or really severe kidney failures in the US every year. However, that near-death experience wasn't as scary as the SML swatting incident. On December 16th, 2019, Logan was in the middle of filming Rich Mario when he suddenly got a call from the Eskimo County Sheriff Office. They were telling him to come outside with his hands up, which definitely raised a red flag. But weirdly enough, the cops weren't even at his house yet.
And when I answered it, I hear a voice that says, "This is Officer Blank with Escambia County Sheriff's Office. Come out with your hands up right now. Come out unarmed." And I knew from the tone of the voice and just the way the call sounded, I said, this isn't a prank call. This is real. So I walk outside and I don't see the cops.
Later on, Logan told Lance to leave the house so he wouldn't get caught up in whatever was going on. And while he was leaving the house, out of nowhere, a SWAT team showed up and ran into Lance, asking where Logan was. That's when Logan came out of the house and got cuffed on the spot.
No. My name's Lance 30 Acre. I'm his brother. He's inside. Is your brother here? Another here. Sure.
Someone had called the police, claiming that Logan was out there shooting his neighbor's window with an AK-47.
People are freaking stupid, bro. Why would you SWAT someone?
I heard you've been doing some shooting tonight. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, we got calls that you had an AK-47 and you were shooting out all your neighbors' windows.
Do they have proof of this? Like, they had to, send you proof before you actually, because, obviously it can be a prank call. They should ask for, proof. Maybe they can send in a video or go to the station with the video or whatever. Because I feel like they shouldn't go to the person's house in the sense that the person could be pranking them. And in that sense, they go to that person's house because prank calling 911 is obviously illegal.
All they had to do was look up at the neighbor's house,
Like
who
swatting
clearly
for.
had all their windows still in their house.
Yeah, he said, so I heard you've been doing some shooting tonight. And I said, what? He's like, yeah, we got some calls that you were shooting out your neighbor's windows with an AK-47.
Logan even said the way the cops handled the situation made him think that he was about to get beaten. Not long after, Chili came outside too, and once the police looked around and realized that nothing shady was happening, they kind of seemed disappointed. Logan later said that the police was probably expecting something big because the area had a lot of crime, and it turned out to be a false alarm. Now, this was a near-death experience for Logan, Lance, Chili, and her dogs, and potentially even the locksmith that was at Logan's house, as all the cops had rifles and other guns pointed at them. One wrong move, and they could have ended their lives in an instant. As a quick reminder, you guys should never SWAT someone, no matter the circumstance, as you can get in huge legal trouble for it. That is seriously messed up that someone did that. Glad you guys are good. Swatting is such a dangerous thing. Can't believe the internet. Now, while Logan and everyone else took the right precautions in the swatting incident to not get seriously hurt, the same cannot be said for Lavelle during his overdose incident. Now, around early 2020, Lavelle was on an Instagram live, and all of a sudden, he slowly started falling and would become unconscious. Everyone in the chat was worried and confused, but it turned out that Lavelle overdosed on live. Now, unfortunately, this entry is really short because the video of the Instagram live is nowhere to be found on the depths of the internet. This is because the clip most likely got taken off of YouTube for obvious reasons, and not many people were in the live stream at the time. So this entry isn't known by most viewers, but as we know, Lavelle has had a long history with drug abuse, as he's even been arrested for possessing it before. But take all of this with a grain of salt, because there is very little information about all of this out there. Now, while all of these incidents so far have been crazy, we haven't even scratched the surface yet on Logan's near-death experiences and medical problems.
The most iconic one.
In spring break of 2004...
Well, both this one and the bat incident, both of these are probably two of the more iconic SML near-death experiences.
Logan took a trip to Louisiana to visit his cousins. They had a massive swimming pool, and Logan was all about it. He loved spending time in the water. But one day, while he was out swimming, a bunch of mosquitoes started biting him. Turns out that one of them was carrying a pretty serious disease. And yeah, unfortunately, Logan ended up getting bit by that one specifically.
But that was a bad idea because there were millions and millions of mosquitoes all around the pool, and I got bit like 100 times. And one specific mosquito was carrying this very, very deadly disease. And I was the unlucky one, and I got bit by this huge monster devil dragon mosquito.
Now, after the trip,
Dragon
when
mosquito.
Logan got back to Florida, he started feeling really sick, had intense neck pain, and was throwing up a lot. So his parents rushed him to the hospital. While the doctors were checking him out, Logan even mentioned that the pain got so bad that he threw up on the pain chart when they asked him what his pain was from 1 to 10, which honestly kind of says it all.
So my mom rushed me to the hospital, and the doctor said, "You probably just have the flu or something. On a scale to 1 to 10, how bad do you feel?" And I said, bleh, and I threw up all over his stupid 1 to 10 chart.
Eventually, the doctors figured out what was going on. Logan had tested positive for 2 very rare diseases called West Nile virus and spinal meningitis. Naturally, the hospital staff freaked out and quickly transferred him to a bigger hospital. He ended up staying there for about 2 weeks, but luckily his condition started to improve. When he was finally sent home, his mom bought him a copy of Super Smash Bros. Melee for the GameCube as a kind of glad you didn't die gift. Now, while this situation didn't
You're
seem
still alive, son!
1 in 150 people end up dying from West Nile virus. This virus is a very deadly disease, and around 10 people die from West Nile virus every year in the US. And fun fact, because of this moment in Logan's life, Logan would get his pool in 2022 screened in because of West Nile virus, as he was scared and didn't want it to happen to himself again, Lily, or anyone else.
This is the pool so far. It's currently getting screened in because back when I was in 3rd grade, I got bit by a mosquito, and the mosquito had West Nile virus, and then it gave me spinal meningitis, and it almost killed me. And that's why I have some of my stomach problems and motility problems in my intestines, is because this mosquito bite kind of was shutting my body down organ by organ from the meningitis.
But now, let's talk about the next time
Good-
Logan almost died.
good call, though.
From his SML surgery in 2012. These viruses would continue to affect Logan later on into his teenage years, and eventually he would start getting really sick whenever he ate. According to Logan, he used to love eating, and apparently would be able to eat a whole pizza by himself. But eventually, he started wanting to throw up every time he ate any food. This would result in Logan losing a lot of weight, as he stopped eating. And when he would visit the doctor to get checked up, the doctor would claim that nothing is wrong with Logan, which was definitely false, and this would unfortunately cause Logan's parents not to believe him, and they wouldn't let him do anything until he ate his food.
So I ended up seeing a doctor, and the doctor ran all these tests and didn't find anything wrong with me. So the doctor said, you must be faking it, or you just want attention. And my mom and Brian believed the doctor because, I mean, none of the tests came back with anything wrong. So when it came time to eat, I wasn't allowed to do anything until I ate all my food.
This would result in Logan becoming more sneaky and would take big bites of food, then would go to use the bathroom just to spit it all out. For a few years, Logan would keep fighting with these problems, but around his junior year in high school, he got put on a feeding tube, which was the only way he was able to eat properly at the time.
See, I started feeling worse, I started losing more weight, and my doctor decided to put me on a feeding tube because he thought that would make me gain weight super fast.
However, this feeding tube wouldn't really help, and it would just mess up Logan even more. He would feel really sick from the feeding tube, missed a month of school, and was even considering suicide. Now, to fix
Okay,
all
no,
of
he
this,
wasn't. No, he wasn't. That was inaccurate from the Darman video. Logan was never considering suicide, bro. Darman was inaccurate with that. I don't know where bro got that idea. Because Logan never considered that. Lance said that himself. When Lance made a reaction to it, he literally said Logan was never considering it.
In 2012, Logan's doctor
I don't know
would tell
where
him that he could take a very
Darman
risky
got that
surgery
idea
to
from.
fix everything, which would be the superior mesenteric artery syndrome surgery, or SMAS for short. But it was risky, as he could come out worse than he did before, or even potentially die. But Logan was willing to do it, and would upload the season finale to Mario and Luigi's Stupid and Dumb Adventures to his channel, which ended it in a way where if he didn't make it out of the surgery, the storyline would continue to loop forever, and fans would never forget about Logan.
And I ended it in a way that if I were to die in surgery, the videos would constantly loop and you would always remember me.
Now, that was honestly very sad when you think about it, but luckily, Logan survived. Now, everyone should give some props to Logan for how much he really had to fight throughout his life, but in the end, he made it out and would continue to make content for us. We have to respect how much this man has gone through. Truly a legend. Logan has to be one of YouTube's most resilient creators of all time. The incredible amount of pain and hardships he went through in his YouTube career is unbelievable. However, Logan had easily the most near-death experience out of anyone in the crew, and it's honestly a miracle that he's alive after the car crash incident. On June 20th, 2024, Logan was filming SML movie Fast and Furious, and this one was a really cool video where Logan and the crew were racing all of their cars, and one of the cars in specific was Logan's Chevy Camaro, which a few weeks prior he had sent to Tennessee to get 1,000 horsepower on it. And during filming, Logan wanted a scene with the Camaro doing burnouts, but this scene ended up taking 8 tries, and they heavily burned the tread off of the tires.
So we probably burned the tires 7, 8 different times. So that traction was completely burnt off
There
that.
was no tread left on the tires.
Yeah, there was no tread on the tires. It was just completely bald.
Now, this would be the sole reason for this near-death experience, as towards the end of filming, Logan wanted to race the Porsche GT5 with the Camaro even after the tread was burned off. They would end up racing, and Logan would hit a max speed of 140 miles per hour. Now, towards the end, Logan would start braking and slowed down to 90 miles per hour. However, he was somehow confident enough to make a turn. Then, shortly after, the Camaro would start skidding, and by then, Logan knew he was cooked, and the car would fly off of a little hill and send the car to the ground. Right there and then, Logan felt his biggest injury happen to him in real time. He would break his back.
This is bad. I'm gonna wreck. And I remember flying off this hill. So my car flew off this hill, and then when the car slammed on the ground, I felt my back break. Because my car, how much air did you?
I say 9 or 10 feet. He was Air Logan. He was going. You were high up there, bro.
Yeah, so my car went up went up a hill, and I was in the air. And when my Camaro slammed on the ground, it slammed my body back into the seat, and that's when I felt my back break.
Then after, the Camaro would keep driving. Logan hit a metal barricade and the airbags deployed. Now, to make the situation worse, the moment when the crew realized what had happened was captured on Lance's behind the scenes.
What happened?
Yeah, this incident was very clearly deadly. If one thing was different, or Logan went a different direction with the Camaro, Logan could have definitely died, as car crashes are no joke, and
Car
millions of
crashes
people
are-
a year die from these types of accidents.
Yeah.
Now, all those incidents
I'm pretty sure car crashes. No, I know it's car crashes are more common in death than planes. Like a lot of people are afraid of flying, including Logan, but it's actually safer than driving. Like driving's more deadly than planes. That's what people say.
with the SML crew were
And I
definitely
kind
deadly.
of understand. But like at the same time, if your car's breaking down, you're not stuck mid-air. Like your engine stalls or whatever. Nosedive to the ground. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. I'm pretty sure you would just start gliding with your wings, I think. And you would have to glide down slowly. I don't think you would just start nosediving. I don't think that's how it works. I'm pretty sure they do that a bunch in movies. In real life, for a plane to just like break down or whatever, I don't think they just nosedive. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that's unrealistic. I'm pretty sure they just start gliding. I could be wrong though.
And scary. But this final incident is a rumor from the SML drama which could have gone horribly wrong. The situation in question is none other than Rachel, supposedly pulling a gun out to kill Adriana. Now, this came from Adriana herself, so take this with an insanely huge grain of salt. But during the SML 2024 drama, Adriana would send a video to a fan of Rachel
I've never
at
seen
Logan's
this.
house with a gun, supposedly.
Never
and
seen this.
Adriana was yelling that Rachel was there with a gun, causing Logan to yell not to call the police. This was chaotic. I'll just let the clip speak for itself.
Are you gonna kill us?
Yeah, you just asked me if I'm gonna kill you.
Are you gonna kill us?
I'm gonna kill you.
Are you gonna kill us? Are you gonna kill us?
No, I'm not gonna kill you.
What are you doing here?
It's gonna be fun to come visit.
She's leaving her foot on the door.
Look, Adrian, look, you out of the room.
Me?
No, Adrian, go to the room. Adrian, you.
No. You go to the room. Why are you here? She put a no contact thing. Why the fuck are you here?
Oh, let me talk.
What the fuck is going on?
Wendy, call Rachel.
What the? I'm gonna call the cops on you right now,
Hold
Rachel.
on, do not get the cops here. Do not call the cops. No more cops. There's no such thing as cops anymore. Rachel.
I'm gonna call the cops on her if she doesn't get the fuck out. I'm calling the cops on you right now.
Now, of course, if Rachel really did have a weapon and those
Rachel, that's the girl that Rachel DeLuga or DeLuga, something like that. That's the person they lied pretending was
very well could have
Ruby's
been a
cousin.
near-death experience for Adriana or even Logan too. But again,
Who
take it
cares about Adriana, bro? She also tried killing Logan several times. Tell me something I don't know,
with a
bro.
grain of salt. Well,
She
those
also
are all
tried
the
killing
times
him.
that SML crew members
can
almost
die.
died.
I'm kidding,
If
I'm
you
kidding.
liked this video, I'm sure you'll like the one on screen.
Okay, that's gonna be the end of the video. Bye, guys.